U-GeekTV.
Borderlands was never going to succeed. Like it was always going to be a terrible movie. Straight from the jump, as far as its development and everything, there was no hope for this film to be a hit, to be any good. Like it just wasn't there. But to me, what absolutely guarantees that this film was not going to make it was Tiny Tina, one of the worst characters I've seen in quite some time. Let's get into it.
What's that?
What? I'm expelling the excess lead. Oh, big bullet coming. Oh, there we go.
Did you do this enough time?
This has to happen now. Don't judge me.
Welcome back to U-GeekTV. I'm your host, Jarius, Unapologetic Geek, and I am back with another unapologetic review. This time, I am, unfortunately, talking about Borderlands. Today, I'm not doing the front end spoiler-free review, and on the back end, pause, the spoiler review. I'm not doing it today. Now, I can't do it. I don't give a fuck about this film. I don't care enough to speak to people who need a spoiler-free review like that, because honestly, I watched it so you wouldn't have to. Not saying I don't care about the people who want to stay for spoiler-free. I'm just telling you right now, this is a spoiler review of this film, and I'm not gonna go through like all of it or anything like that. It's just some parts in particular I need to talk about to really hammer home my point. But for starters, Borderlands was completed, like filming and everything was done in 2021. We are in the year of our Lord 2024, and this film is just not coming out. That is your first indication that it was gonna be some bullshit. I'm telling you, when it comes to like developing films, it's very rare that you hear something done like years prior and all of a sudden it's time to release it and it doesn't look good. Like the trailers for this were nauseating. But I completely dismissed it. Like I really had no intention of even seeing this film. Then I saw some of the feedback, and then I saw that Rotten Tomatoes score. I believe it sits at like 9% right now. I'm like, it can't be that bad. No. It's that bad. It's that bad. It somehow it exceeds the expectation of how bad it is. It's an overachiever while underachieving. That's some special shit right there. Borderlands stars Kate Blanchett and Kevin Hart, and God bless them. God bless both of them. Kevin Hart, for however you feel about him, like he's entertaining. I'm not gonna say he's always funny. I'm not gonna say I believe him in all of his roles that he takes on, especially now that he's trying to do the whole action thing. Now, dramatically, he's pretty solid, but in terms of just being a comedic character or an action character, rather, I'm not always buying what it is he's trying to sell me. But in this film, some of the action that he's in actually looks good. And with what he's given, you can tell he's trying to make his parts, at least the parts that require him to be funny, he's trying to be comedic. And it's not working. This film could have been written by, honestly, a 13-year-old who I don't even, that's insulting to a 13-year-old, to be honest. I can't even give you like the specific type of 13-year-old that would have written this. I may even have to go a little bit lower, but I'll insult some other age groups by putting that on there. This film is bad. It's really bad. The writing is awful on there. And then we go to Kate Blanchett, who is a remarkable actress. Like she brings it every time she's on film. She's believable in anything that she's done. Whether she's been menacing in Thor Ragnarok, or she's just been like this smooth player type in Ocean's 8, she's awesome. Not to mention, Kate Blanchett is hot. She is. And I don't really try and dabble into that, especially when it comes to reviews. But Kate Blanchett, I'm gonna give you credit where it's due. Like when it comes to her, I enjoy watching Kate Blanchett. And there's no pause for that, baby. But seriously, getting back on task, she she honestly carries this movie. Like Lilith is not a character that's like super remarkable or anything like that. And I've heard in the video game she's awesome, but in this film, it's nothing like super remarkable about her as a character as she's written. But when you have a consummate professional like Kate Blanchett, she makes this thing work. Those are the only two good things I have to say about this film. That's it. For starters, Tiny Tina is so diabolically bad just as a character. I'm not talking about the actress. I'm strictly talking about a character. She is diabolically bad. It's already tough dealing with the angsty teenager trope that you find in really all movies. But it's even worse when you have that over energetic, kind of confident teenage trope, which is infinitely more annoying to me than the trope of a teenager just being a sad sap and honestly an asshole. No, Tiny Tina is hard headed. She's stupidly written. And the one point of this character in this film, and this is where I get into spoiler territory, whatever. The one point of the character in this film is that she's supposed to be this chosen one. That's how she is when we meet her. Like everything that Kevin Hart's character has done and other characters have done to kind of protect her and kind of hide her from these people who want to kidnap her for whatever reason, it's on the precipice, or not precipice, on the crux of her being like this special golden child of some sort. And I can't tell you the joy that came over me when in the third act she found out that there was nothing special about her at all, that she wasn't quote unquote the one. Honestly, Kate Blanchett's character, Lilith, she is the chosen one in this film. And when Tiny Tina finds it out, they try to make you feel like heartbroken for her or bad for her, anything, whatever. No, this asshole does not deserve to have any kind of special power that could shift the balance of the universe. It's just not, no, don't give that to Tiny Tina. And like even though it's kind of cool that she had like the stuffed bunnies or whatever that were bombs, that was kind of a cool thing that could be done. And it's my understanding as part of the video game. This character is still bad, still an asshole, and honestly, there's if there's any reason for you not to watch this movie, it's to avoid how irritating Tiny Tina is. And then there's Claptrap, who I'm not going to even spend a whole bunch of time on this. You saw the clip. That clip was awful. Um, Claptrap is played by Jack Black, and now he's the one that kind of to me phoned it in. Like he saw the script and he saw the paycheck and he was like, "Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do it." Claptrap is. It feels like there should be something more, and it's my understanding that video game fans have honed in on Claptrap being the biggest problem. He was more tolerable than Tiny Tina. And again, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on him. He's just a stupid character, too. But the last thing that really hammers home that this film is just not worth your time, that it was always going to be awful, the fact that they thought um, video game lovers who wanted to see this film would enjoy a bunch of toilet humor, a bunch of piss and shit and vomit jokes. That is insulting. It's insulting when any movie does this, but particularly when it comes to like the video game audience. I thought we had moved past this shit. We've had some great adaptations of video games in recent years, really, and we're still getting piss, shit, and vomit jokes in 2024, man. They hell, it's 2021 because that's when this film was made. And then, not to mention the editing, there was issues with some scenes, some issues with the sets. It's a bad looking movie on top of being a terrible movie. And that honestly gets me to my verdict because I'm tired of talking about this crap, really. Borderlands gets an unapologetic bullshit rating from me, which is a 1 out of 5. If it wasn't for Kate Blanchett, it would get a 0 out of 5 from me, which is an unapologetic hot ass mess. But she makes this a little bit more sufferable. But Tiny Tina is just so fucking bad, man. Just don't waste your time. Avoid this one at all costs. And you know what's funny? It's not even the worst movie I've seen this year. At some point, I'm going to give you all my review of Madam Web, which is unquestionably the worst movie that's come out in 2024. But not yet. Not yet. So, did you see Borderlands? Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Continue to like, continue to share, continue to subscribe. Thank you for everything you've done and all your support. And until next time, I'm Jarius, Unapologetic Geek, and I am out.